What's up everyone, Gids here for another TFT video, and in this video I'm going to help you reach the rank of Visionary in the new set 5.5 revival ranking system. Well, it's not really a ranking system because they're still going to pair you up with other players that are at random rank. So yeah, the rank doesn't really matter much, but the rewards are pretty okay. And it's pretty fun to hit Visionary because it has some cool visual effects on your character's health bar or your little legends health bar. So Oracle already implements the pink one right here, and Visionary just looks way more cooler than Oracle. Okay, so yeah, basically you have different skills over here, and I'm gonna go through the whole build that I have over here, but it's basically tailored towards your playstyle. But I'm just looking at the numbers, doing some simple math, giving you guys some direction on how you want to go about this one. Okay, but generally the best way to get Visionary fast is to always consistently place in the top 4, especially first and second places, because that one gives you the most points, of course. And if you don't know how to get there, one way to play it, and I think the most consistent way to get there, is to just play Fast 9 boards. Already did a video on how to play Fast 9 boards, so probably just check that one out. Okay, so with that, let's talk about the skills that you want to pick for this one. And let's start off with Apprentice because you only have two options. First options is basically Tempo Master. After winning player combat, gain 13 SP. And the other option is gain 15 SP every time you level and gain an additional 30 SP at level 9. Okay, so this one, basically doing quick maths, this thing Fast 9 basically I think gives you around 165 SP if you hit level 10. While this other one right here, Tempo Master, actually gives you more SP. Like on average you're gonna be staying at level 9, so you have like 150 points on Fast 9. But this one you just have to win like 12 player combats and you should be at around 156 points already. So I suggest you take Tempo Master because if you are getting on the first, second place anyway, you should have a lot of player combat wins. Like this one does not say streak, so you just have to win player combats. Okay, next up is for guide. Okay, guide rank. This one I've chosen Comeback Kid. So this is basically gain 60 SP for each loss in your longest lose streak. Okay, so just a quick math on this one, like 3 lose streak is already 160 points, and 5 lose streak is like 300 points already. Okay, so that's already huge. Usually when you're going to do this one, you just sack the whole stage 2. Right, whole stage 2 and probably beginning of stage 3, so you might have 6. So you're gonna have like 360 points on this one already. But again, something to note here is that it will be lost if you place in the bottom 4. So again, to get consistent with this one, just play Fast 9, get the best board on Fast 9 on your level 9, and always play in for top 4. Okay, so you're not gonna lose it. So comparing it to the other ones right here, gain 35 SP for each win in your longest win streak. So this one's kind of hard to pull off, but yeah, I don't think it's that good, man. It's not that good. Like imagine 10 win streak is just gonna give you 350 points. That's 10 win streak. That means you're winning your stage 2, you're winning your stage 3, and then probably sacking stage 4 and then winning out on stage 5. But yeah, 350 SP is not that good. Plus, if you accidentally break it, like you only get to 5, like that's just half, right? That's just half, 170 or something, right? Compared to Comeback Kid is so much better even at 3 losses. Like imagine 3 loss streak is already better than it. Okay, next one is Strategic Savings, 2 SP for each gold earned through interest. This SP is increased by 50% if you place in the top 4. So this one, I think it's pretty okay, especially in the early game, but I don't think it stacks up that high to compare it to this one. Like the 300 SP loss or SP that you gain from this one is so much more than the Strategic Savings from what I've observed so far in my games. Okay, anyways. Next up, we have Expert. Expert actually is... There's 2 ways to play this one because it again revolves either you going for reroll comp. The only viable reroll comp I think is just Hillions, and the other one is still going fast 9. So first one here is Star Seeker, 1 SP every time you reroll, and 75 SP for each champion that's upgraded to 3 star. So imagine you're playing Helions, you're probably gonna have four 3-star units, right? So 75 times 4, how much is that? That's 300 points. And then of course, the points you get for every reroll. So that's probably around 300 plus points. Okay, that's 300 plus points. This one is after winning player combat, gain 8 SP for each star level on your 4 and 5 cost champion. So this one is where the difference is at. So look at this board for the Fast 9 board. Let me just pull it out. Okay, this is your Fast 9 board, right? So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. That is 8 4 and 5 cost units, and for each star level. So let's say for example you have them all 2-starred at least, right? 2-star everything and 8 units. So that's basically 16 points per unit times 8. So how much is that? 16 times 8, 128. That's every player combat. So 100, yeah, 128 per player combat. That's huge. So this is actually where I farm a lot of my points. So this one like nets me around 900 points every game, like 800 to 1000 points every game. So this one is the best one, I think, on Guru. And then the other one is just after winning player combat, gain 40 SP if your highest trait is gold or higher. 500 SP if you activate prismatic trait. I mean, this one's okay if you're going vertical, right? But there's not a lot of good vertical traits. Like if you hit redeemed, 10 redeemed, it's pretty good. 10 skirmishers also, it's pretty good. But other than that, other verticals I don't think are that good. Abomination, I think, is 5 Abomination actually prismatic? I'm not sure, but if that's a prismatic, then that's a good one. That's a good choice to go with. Like, yeah, 5 Abomination is actually pretty strong if you want to go that route. You can actually play 5 Abomination with the Invoker board as well, so it's also pretty strong. So yeah, I kind of like it as well. So if you're going vertical, that's a playstyle you can go for. But yeah, the most consistent one and the one that gives the most points is basically Joint Venture here. Next, we have Scholar. So Scholar rank, basically, I think this one's the most consistent one. 20 SP for each completed item that you own. So I'm not sure what the max items that I was able to build, but consistently, I think you can get up from 12 to 16 items. So 12 to 16 items is like 240 to 360 points. So somewhere around that. So that's very consistent, right? 240 to 360. So if you compare it with the other ones here, 100 SP for every Radiant item. So Radiant item, support item, and artifact, you're guaranteed 1 Radiant item per game, right? But everything else here is not guaranteed. So like in every game that you don't really high roll a support or artifact item, you're gonna have 100. But there is a potential where you can score higher than the other one, right? Than combat ready right here. But yeah, this one's consistent 240 to 360. But this one can go higher, of course. And of course, Emblem Enforcer can definitely go much, much higher than that, especially if you get fonts, right? If you get games that gives you Tactician Crowns, Shield, and Cape, or Emblems, right? This one can definitely go higher than Combat Ready, but Combat Ready is just more consistent because this one, if you don't hit any emblems, then you don't get any points. So that's pretty sad, right? But yeah, if you roll for emblems every time, then I think this one also gives a lot of points. Alright, and lastly for Sage time, we have the 100 Club. So this one is actually pretty interesting. I've been trying to do the maths on this one. Like at round 6-1, if you have like 50 HP, that's like, how many points is that? 1,500 points, right? 50 HP at round 6-1. So this basically means that you should be tempoing a lot, that you should have good tempo, you should have been saving a lot of HP. Let's say you hit 40 HP at round 6-1, that's like 1,200 SP. So it's still pretty good, but this is only really if you are playing the game correctly every single time, right? So this one is a very good choice if you can always hit it, right? If you can always survive to 6-1 and still have a lot of HP. Usually I find myself uh if I'm not win streaking, I usually find myself at like 30 20 HP, like 2 lives at 6-1. So yeah, I kinda this is kind of risky for me, not a lot of times, but you know, if you are still 100 HP on this one, that's 3,000 points. 3,000 points. So the potential for this one is actually huge, man. It's actually huge. The other one is Final Four. So this one's just basically guaranteeing that you get points if you hit top 4, 700 SP. But if you compare it to this one, if you hit top 4, I think this one's better, no? Unless you're like at 10 health. Unless you're at 10, 20 health, right? 20 health, this is worse than this. But yeah, I think I would recommend go for 100 club more. But the other one that's more consistent for me personally is just peak performance. So first place, second place every single time. Like it's very consistent. Even though I have 1 HP compared to this one, I have more points basically. So yeah, the only two good choices here is the 100 club and peak performance for me. Okay. So yeah, that's pretty much it for me on this one. If you have any comments, thoughts, or questions or anything, let me know in the comments below. I'm trying to respond to every comment that I see. So yeah, I'll try to respond to you guys if you have any concerns or questions. But other than that, if this video was able to help you to hit Visionary, then leave a thumbs up, like the video, subscribe if you haven't yet, and I'll see you guys again next time. Bye bye.